Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tikwa if you're new here, and if you aren't, hey, welcome back. In today's video, I will be doing a Sunday reset. I tell you, sometimes when you have a busy week and even busy weekend and you find yourself going a week or two without really tidying up and hitting those hard to reach spots and just really doing a major house clean, you really do appreciate the times and the moments when you do have some free time to clean up your space. We know our home is our sanctuary, and it is no greater feeling than coming home to a nice clean house. So in today's video, I will be doing a reset. As you can see, I started off in our bedroom. I don't usually clean here. I usually honestly just start with the main common areas like the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. But today I realized our bedroom needed a major reset. So I started with my husband's side of the room. I cleaned up and tidied up his side because he hardly has anything there. And then I headed over to my side of the room. Oh my God. Whew. I had so many clothes that you can see on this little chair that's near my bed. I also had a lot of things on the little dresser drawer thing there, so I really just needed to focus on, after tidying up his side, reaching my side. And clothes is just one major hurdle I really have to get over. I really need to donate a lot of these clothes that I have. I have clothes in my bedroom, in my guest bedroom, in my office/closet area. I just have so many clothes. So I am trying my best to kind of section out certain things and just realize where I really need to put all of these clothes that I have. As you guys can see here, even in this closet, like there's no room. I have so many sweatshirts up top, and then my work wears down at the bottom. I remember pre-COVID, I barely had any like active wear. I only had a lot of clothes for work and for church. And then when the pandemic hit, I started to acquire a lot of active wear. So I have tons of sweatshirts. And I even realized that like I need to even like stop buying sweatshirts. So after I tackle the clothes and divvy them out and put them in the drawers and in the dressers and in the closet, I then finally get to my bed. And this is one of the favorite things of mine, is changing those sheets, because there's nothing like getting into the bed with some freshly washed sheets. It just makes for a great night evening. So I start off by washing up those sheets. I also grabbed out in the bathroom some of the washcloths and the towels that was also there that had been used, that could use some washing. So along with my bedroom sheets, I also did the towels. And then I will also do probably another load or two with just regular clothes, either my clothes or my husband's clothes. Again, it's just no greater feeling to kind of have a fresh start for the week than to have fresh sheets, and then also to just get some of those clothes taken care of and just have, some nice new clothes, fresh new clothes. After doing the laundry and tidying upstairs, I am going to make myself a quick breakfast. I do have to take some medications in the morning, so it's always good that I start my day off with one of my medications, and after about an hour I can have breakfast so that I can get my other medications in. I also try to have a healthy breakfast. So you'll see here, this is turkey sausage that I have. I love this air fryer. And then I'll also make myself an egg in addition to doing some coffee. So as I make breakfast, and then once the breakfast is done, I am sitting down to get some editing in. With my daytime job, it is sometimes so hard to really get in editing. I really would like to get more consistent with my YouTube, so I am trying my best to use the weekends, if at all possible, to get the editing in so that I can upload more frequently and just have a little bit more current time in my life, that as I'm uploading, I find sometimes that a few weeks will go by before I can really get in some new uploads. So After I edit, I realized that the ringer has gone off on the washing machine. And so here you'll see I am transferring the clothes from the washer into the dryer. And then I'll also start a second load of laundry so that while the dryer is going, the second load could also be going. And then now I'm heading over to the dining room. Actually, this is the living room entryway. So I know that I wanted to sweep and I wanted to mop because it had been a while since I had mopped this floor. And as you can see, we usually when we walk in, we try not to walk with our shoes throughout the house. So we do take our shoes off at the front door, and then sometimes they just accumulate there. So I am first taking Woody's shoes and his sneakers and things and putting them up, and then I'm taking mine. Also tidying up the living room before I can sweep, and then mop in here and polish these floors. I do like when the floors are freshly polished, they shine, and the pine sol gives it a nice smell. So I am tidying up the living room. Again, it's just Woody and I, so we don't have too much things going on in here. Usually just clothes and tops that he has taken off and thrown down. So after I've picked those few things up, you guys can see here, I am lighting up some candles. This is one of my favorite self-care acts, is just to have a nice smelling candle burned, lit, and it just creates such an awesome ambiance, the lighting and the flames flickering. So I light a few candles to put them around the house, one to go in the living room, one to go in the entryway, and then one to go in the dining room. I really like the fragrance that it gives off in addition to the ambience. And so after I light the candles, I am back in the living room and I am sweeping up the floor before I can go into mop. Again, I have some nice music playing in the background, and it's just a good feeling, again, when you don't really have much time to dedicate to some of these things. And when you do finally get the time, it's just so good to take advantage of that, because we are so used to going and being on the go that it's really hard to find this time. I know sometimes it's like you really have to get yourself motivated to clean. And I even hope as you guys are watching this video and watching me clean that it motivates you to get up and to tidy up, to sweep those hard to reach areas, to get into those crevices and those corners and those places that you have not gotten to in a long time, because you'll be surprised, even though there may not be much traffic, in a specific area, dust does grow, it does accumulate, and before you know it, it's so dusty in your house. So it felt good to really tackle this and to get to this living room. I want to make it more of a weekly thing, but I just kind of know that the way my life is set up, it's not easy to do this every weekend. And so after I sweep the floors, here I am wiping down the glass top here on this table. Again, I was surprised to see the dust and the dirt that had accumulated. Even though I don't put much things on that table, it was a little bit dirty. And so after wiping that table down, and for the most part, the living room is together, I am going to begin to do some mopping. And this mop and then also that polish, it just gives the floor a nice little shine, and it helps to pick up the dirt also. So here you'll see me, I am mopping the floor and, just feeling good about getting these house chores done. And having just a clean area and a clean space to come to. It's just nothing like having such a great house, and then a clean house. Again, it's your sanctuary. And so here you'll see I am back in the dining room, and I am hitting up this mirror. I hate to admit it, but I have not wiped this mirror down probably since Christmas. It often goes neglected. I forget about it. But now I was happy that I was able to get some time in to wipe down this mirror. I have quite a few mirrors in my house, so I do need to make it more of a habit to wipe the mirrors down. And even these areas and these, this wall template, it's good to kind of wipe it down. You're always touching it with your hands, and it's just good to kind of give it a good little clean. And now I'm back to the walkway. Again, this is another area that I don't really touch and tackle much because it's so many little pictures and just little home decor. So I made an attempt to like get to this area and just wipe down this table. I actually want to get a bigger table, a longer table, and a higher table. I've been searching Wayfair to see if I can find another table, and I would probably put this table somewhere else. But in the meantime, while I have it, I'm going to take care of it and wipe it down. So here I am wiping it down before putting the items back on top of there. And again, it just gives it an extra little shine. And you know, you can clearly see the difference of the before and the after, because while I didn't notice much dust or dirt on there, definitely once you wipe it down, you can see how much cleaner it looks, shinier it looks, and it just feels good to kind of have that area nice and tidy and clean and neat all over again. It was a good thing that I didn't have to tackle the kitchen too much in this video. I'm always tackling the kitchen and the dining room, and these other areas are so neglected. So I kind of did that another day. So it's good that after I finish in the entryway, I can head upstairs back to the bedroom. Now that the sheets are freshly washed, I can make the bed back up. First, I always start with some Febreze spray and just spray down the area. I like it for both its disinfecting features in addition to the fragrance. So I think this one was like clean, fresh air. So I sprayed down the bed before adding the sheets back to the bed, and then adding the comforter and the pillows. Again, there's no greater feeling than coming home and being able to get into your bed with some nice clean sheets. It just makes for a nice, comfortable, deep sleep. So here I am back in the bedroom, making up the bed, getting the bed back in order, even though it is evening time, and we will be getting back in the bed sooner than later and removing all of these decorative pillows. But it's always a good feeling to kind of have the room set and in order. And then the hubby came home, and he also did some grocery shopping. So I come to greet him. Of course, he's watching his game, so it's but so long I could sit there and interrupt him before he's like, all right, now I'm back to my game. So he's watching the game, and as he's watching the game, I decided to go in the kitchen and unload the groceries that he brought home. It felt good not having to leave the house, you know. Not always do I get those times where I don't have to leave the house. So it was good that I was able to give him a list of things, and he was able to go to the store and get some things from the supermarket so that I can cook. So here I am putting up the few items that he got from the supermarket before I head over to make dinner for tonight. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to make, but I was like, you know what? I think I am going to do meatloaf. I've never done meatloaf, but I looked up a few YouTube tutorials on it, and I figured, you know what? I can probably master this. So here I am cleaning up. I'm going to get ready to take the ground beef out, add it to a pan, and then add all the ingredients and mix up the ground beef so that I can prepare the meatloaf. Today was actually such a good day. I was so happy that I was able to get so much done. When your husband is watching the game,
Yep.
Cursing as if he got offended.
No.
You was cursing as a good thing?
That's a good thing. Clay Thompson got an A1 got a 4-point play from him. God is good.
And yeah, while I am cooking, you guys can't hear, but he is screaming at the TV like a maniac, like cursing, screaming, yelling. Like, I had to stop and make a pause to bring attention to that. But anyway, here you'll see I am putting all of the ingredients together to make the meatloaf. I don't really remember the recipe. I think it was ground beef. I added some garlic, some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. I might have added some sazon. I also added some Parmesan cheese, some Philadelphia cream cheese, some breadcrumbs, and then I will add an egg. I mushed that all up together. Initially, I didn't have any gloves on, but then when I realized how messy it was, I was like, let me put some gloves on. So here I am mixing up all of the ingredients for the meatloaf, and then I put it in the oven for about an hour and a half. Altogether, we had meatloaf, that was some asparagus, and some mashed potatoes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, bye.